We're doing the class trial. Yay! So, let's do this, I guess. Hey, Red. You missed some stuff the other day, but we're here now. So, sorry. But you'll definitely go through. Well, you'll definitely see what's happening in the class trial because we go over everything, so you'll be fine. But to be fair, I'm not sure what because you've seen some stuff, haven't you, in this game? Yeah, I'll give the briefest of things once it lets me do it. Kyoko's gone missing, by the way. That's why everyone's like, what's happening?
Could it be? Come on.
In other words...
Because Kyoko's not dead. Can we stop saying this? We know this. Everyone's like, Kyoko must be dead. It's like, no!
Hey.
There we go, thank Christ. Yay, you're not dead! I knew it! Wait a minute.
What?
Is that right? Indeed.
No. No, shut up. I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree with Coco. Well, everyone clever's dead, apart from Byakuya and Kyoko. Everyone else is a fucking idiot. I hung out, you know, there's the free time, We hung out with Aoi for the 2 that it gave us, and my god, it just basically proved that she's even more retarded than we thought. So, like in one thing, she goes like, "I like to keep like my body refreshed, so on my apartment I stand outside topless and give myself a rub down." And it was like, right, you're not embarrassed by that. The next scene, she's like, "I don't have a swimsuit, so I'm just swimming in my t-shirt and pants." And then she's like embarrassed because we're swimming with her. It's like, wait, what? How can you have these 2 standards? My god, you are a guppy fish. But you know. At least she's a consistent character, I guess.
Correct. That's right. Whew. So... However... Wrong. In other words...
Oh my god. That key works even on the locks that aren't keys. Aren't keyholes. It's like, wait a minute. What?
Just a second.
Makoto.
Oh, that doesn't sound ominous at all, does it? Right after we both get out of this alive, we'll talk more.
It would seem...
Like, okay. Did anyone write this? Yes. Oh, fuck.
Goodbye.
I'm glad to see there's still loads of us here. What if it was another suicide? Makoto's such a poet. Oh my god.
Wait! I can't wait!
That's quite garish. Feels forever. This has been the shortest chapter yet, Monokuma, you fuck.
Thrills! Chills!
Apart, I think the first one was shorter, but still. Oh no, it wasn't. The first one was long as shit. Just the trial itself was short. Shut up. Oh, actually, we don't do that, actually. We just... Right, so, what happened in the last chapter, basically, was we got ill, and someone tried to kill us in our room. Some guy in someone in a mask. But, yeah, a new day. No! Yeah, so we were really ill, so someone came into our room to try to kill us with the knife that we got in the last chapter, I think, or at the start of this one. I can't remember exactly. Anyway, Kyoko saved us, but we didn't really know what happened. So the rest of the people found Monokuma not working, and they dismantled him. And then, while that was all happening, we found a body, and it was the masked person. And the body blew up to like get rid of like most of the evidence. And that's basically what's happened. But Kyoko was missing, so everyone was saying, "Oh my god, it must be Kyoko. How sad!" And it's like it's clearly not fucking her. But you know, and that's basically that's basically what's happened. So they've been stabbed, but we don't know that's how they were killed because of the bomb. Because they've been struck in the head as well. That's the body. Oh, and it was in the garden and upstairs. So we put the water. We used water to put it out really quickly because there was a hose. Well, it was a bucket, but there was a water tap, you know. And also, Kyoko's hands are all fucked up because Monokuma said that, like as a way to just get back at her. So we know it's not her because she's got a fucking wolf tattoo on the back of her hand, which belongs to Fenrir. We'll go through it in the class trial, but yeah. I don't have any new abilities I can equip. That'll be fine.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
Oh, hey there.
But
You alright?
Kyoko's standing right there.
We're doing a trial.
Oh, that's a ghost!
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay.
Yes.
So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits.
That's
to the
exactly
traits
what
of the
this
dead
is.
body.
No meme.
Her traits?
I got it. I'm talking about.
I've got
our
the
gloves.
difficulty up to the hardest
They'll
for
give
like
us
the
some insight into the mystery.
like the
I'm sure of it.
logic.
In that
So the
case,
game
I
doesn't
think it
pull
would
any
be
punches
helpful
about
if
giving me all the
someone
information.
explained
Going,
why
find
she
the one
actually
thing that
wears
doesn't
those
make
gloves.
sense here. It's like, oh, neat.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost
Are we
is just
really
trying to fool
starting
us
this
all.
class trial with saying to Hero, guys, she's not fucking dead. She's in the room with us. For the love of God. Oh no, that's exactly what we're doing. Well, why do we even need him on the same page? He's not going to help us. Yeah, exactly. Like, can someone just like Monokuma? Can we just knock him out? He's not helping. Even Aoi helps a little sometimes, but has Yasuhiro helped once? Oh no, I think he did when he thought he was the murderer. That was the only time he helped.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Oh,
'Cause
alright,
that
now I got
corpse
it.
is absolutely Kyoko.
This
that
entire
one.
discussion is idiotic.
that
Kyoko, there's... Okay, then prove
The dead body was...
they got burnt up in the explosion.
It's this because you can't wear fake nails while
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
Yeah, there we go.
No, that's wrong. No. There's no
I like
way
some of the voice
corpse was
acting in this
wearing
game.
gloves.
There are some that make me go,
Whoever
I like
it was,
Makoto's.
They were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain. Besides,
Yasuhiro's.
Kyoko wears gloves
No.
to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
Ah, shut the fuck up, Hero. You're annoying
Anyone
anyway.
doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko...
You're not a woman, you're a fish. I'm sorry.
These gloves
We've
were
been over
custom
this.
made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Because she's not dead, you
Which should have
retard,
been
okay?
obvious Since she's standing right here.
Exactly.
Okay, so then, who's the
Sick.
real victim? First, we need to figure
Yeah,
that out.
15 minutes in and we
That's
finally got to the
first
start.
thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Well, we know who it is. It's Mukuro Ikusaba, but I do understand why we'd have to prove that. But we know that. Kyoko, does that body belong to you? No. Suspicious. Kyoko sus. How do you know that body doesn't belong to you? Are you the murderer?
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some
Prove
way
that
to
you're not
figure it
dead.
out.
I have a heartbeat, but what about the
Her
body?
face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the
It's
body...
that, I think.
Then there's nothing else we can do, right?
I mean, I doubt
Kyoko
that.
really is still
Well,
alive,
to be fair, actually,
then who died?
There's gotta be some way to... I don't think so. And there wasn't any description of... Well, if we can't identify the body...
there we go.
No, that's wrong.
Well, in theory, the only people that can be the murderers are us or Kyoko, because everyone else has an alibi.
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What?
But we'll
For
probably go
real?
over that in a minute.
You're lying. You'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Cruel and unusual death. This I gotta see.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
I love their faces going spasmodic on the left when they speak. Shaking in and out. Okay, we need to find the thing about the Fenrir people. Wait, is it that?
I got it!
Yep.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're
they're
a
not doing
member
it now.
of the
They're not
team,
doing the
each
dramatic
soldier that
face
joins
zoom.
the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
Oh my god, have we got to do a hangman's gambit? Oh, thank Christ I've got a mini game. Is that really Wolf? The fuck? The fucking Norse god, but fine, whatever. I guess
Now I
Wolf is the
understand.
same thing.
representation of Fenrir is a
Well,
wolf.
okay, no, Fenrir's not a
Fenrir,
god, is he? But
the
he's
wolf
like
of
part of the
Ragnarok.
pantheon kind
It's
of
from
thing.
Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's
Yeah,
the
that's the one.
child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
Well, quite red actually. I've just read what you said.
And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
But we don't know what they've been doing because they're not part of our 16.
So it
Well,
must
they
have
haven't been
been
part of our
Mukuro.
15, have they? So we have no idea what the fuck they've been getting up
Hold
to.
on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description.
Just said she was the ultimate soldier.
All it said was that she
Oh,
was
yeah, there we
the
go.
ultimate soldier.
I'm glad they're on.
If I
He's on the
remember
ball.
correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out
There
who
he is.
killed Mukuro is first
Flailing
and
on the right.
foremost. Please limit all
No.
future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind
Methinks the
will
bear
have to
doth
wait.
protest too
But
much,
remember
but
this.
okay.
No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
It's all getting very dramatic.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one
9.
who saw the body first was Toko, right? When she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's such a dick, I love him.
He's
Be back
right.
here in
It had
60
to be
seconds
around
exactly,
then.
I'm timing you.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around... Oh yeah! Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally
Oh,
sure
it's
about
snowing.
it.
Which means from 10
I'm glad I'm inside
PM
playing video
to
games.
7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
Let the games begin! Or something like that, I don't know. What if it did though, Makoto? Oh wait, yeah, the sprinklers. That's a yeah. Okay, no, okay. He's got a point
We've established a time frame for the murder.
because they go off at
It took
half
place
8.
somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Let me check. It will say on here, I think. Every morning at 7:30. Yeah, so we're narrowing down the time frame from, instead of it being 10 till 9, half 7 till 9. Yep.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time. We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Yep.
And Makoto does...
Yeah,
Oh,
from
fuck.
7:30.
That's more than enough time.
Time to commit murder. So Makoto, if you have
Uh,
any objections, now would
Is
be.
it? Oh, it could be either of them, actually.
We've established a time frame. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's
I'm
wrong.
glad I waited, because I was going to do the other one, and I thought, wait a minute, that might be the fuck up.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
You're an idiot.
Sorry,
We threw
Toko,
water on it, you
but you're
fucking
wrong.
idiot.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yes.
Man,
I'm trying, but
totally
failing.
wacko.
If you
You're still
really
here.
think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Oh, actually, to be fair, she wasn't conscious actually when this happened. So actually, that's not the worst. No, she's still a retard, but she's not as awful as she has been. Okay. Wait, we're having a non. What the? Oh.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! Don't
The
do
hammer.
anything. That's enough. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this. I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything. That's enough. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this.
I fucked that up royally.
Nothing. Hold on. How can you say it wasn't the sprinkler?
Ah, it's not right. Wait, what were the options?
I admit nothing. I hate you. How can you say it?
This should prove it.
Oh, I know it's to do with the fact that the bottom half of the body was dry. But okay.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet,
Yep.
yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal
How
maniac!
brutal.
So sick of her.
Let's
Yes.
just move on.
Okay, are we?
The reason only the top
Thank
half was
God
wet
you're
was
not being
because
completely stupid. We're all sick of it, don't worry.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen.
Okay. Then
So are
alibi.
you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game, and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss!
God.
Shutting up now!
That caught me off guard.
Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the
Yeah,
murder
I mean,
happened
yeah,
when
we
he
found
said
the
it.
tarp in the shed.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
I like how we're helping her. We're like, she's trying to prove that we could be the
catch on
killer. I know what, I'll give her a hand.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp,
Oh,
and that'd
Makoto,
take care of the water.
you're so simple.
In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
Why would it get dirty? Because it's covered in water.
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Doesn't make any sense. There was blood all over the
This
body that was
proves
wet.
the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body
There was
from
wet blood
getting
on the
wet?
body. How? No. No,
Most
no, no.
likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
But if there was blood on the what is now the dry side, then it would make sense.
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I like how everyone's saying, oh, we're like, oh, it must be us then. But, it's like, but that still doesn't. That still fucks up with her, the fact that she doesn't have an alibi. Surely it will just confuse everyone to decide between me and her, not me. Whatever. Sorry.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Is it that?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented... it from getting wet.
So the
Oh, is that it? Because it says the blood was still wet.
The reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side.
But the underside, it was totally spot.
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since
What?
it was facing down, of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh fuck! I think it's that last bit.
By covering the killer prevents.
So the reason that
If not, I have
the
no
sprinkler-
idea.
The underside, it was totally spot.
It's because that side, since it was facing.
Of course it didn't get dirty.
Oh, thank God.
No, that's wrong.
Like, I don't know if this ain't right.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it. Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage? What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Then that would, but then we couldn't have done that because we didn't,
Someone else's
because we were with people
Where
from
would
half
they
seven.
get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what
I
happened this time.
assume someone killed one of the chickens,
the
but
killer
I don't know
got the
why.
blood from right there in the garden.
Why wouldn't you just take a blood pack though? Because you're like, ah, well,
I got it!
you're like, well, if you take a blood pack, there's evidence. I'm like, if you have a fucking dead chicken, there's evidence. I don't understand your point.
Chicken blood?
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Amen.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene.
That's
so they
philosophy
wouldn't
right
get
there.
spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No, it wasn't. It was on backwards, you fuck.
Wait, no.
There we go.
The head was through the neck hole.
There's also
but the
arms weren't even in.
weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
But they were wearing a sick mask,
Sorry,
so...
I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Agreed, but
Maybe.
you'd still have to be
But
after
still.
7:30.
Tina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
No, we didn't. No, like it was like a minute. There's no way you
That's
can get to the
not-
top of the building
Don't bother saying it's not
and
possible.
do all that. Of course, it's not.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Fair enough. Then where's her alibi? No, but she hasn't got one either. Hang on. I'm like, fine, you've made it now inconclusive again, but we still haven't got an alibi for her. Oh, okay. Neat.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
Well, at least Byakuya is not an
Serious,
idiot.
man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No.
Not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all
And
black
Hero
and burnt?
just know. Sadly,
One we
he
found
can't
stuck in
just
the
know.
body
We
before
all wish
it
he could.
exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah,
Then why did you hide that fact?
it's not that I hid it. It's just...
Suspicious! Very suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Yeah, I always thought that, to be fair, like front to back. I'm like, I understand it's a deep knife, but not only did that knife not go all the way through, I still don't think it would pierce the back. It'd probably go really far in to the chest cavity, but I don't think that either.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
Oh,
right?
it's that,
so
right.
there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Wait, is it... Wait, exploded body analysis? No. Do I not have Monokuma? Because that would be it.
Horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one
Oh!
we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
Is it?
If he did have that knife before, then...
I really
that
like the
seals
soundtrack
it.
in this game.
Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once,
Is it when the body
that
was
automatically
found?
makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
I gotta
So
think
there's
this through a
no
bit more.
question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
Right, so... It's to do with the fact that the knife wound definitely isn't the thing that killed her, because we know that's not what killed her. But I don't know what I'm refuting. I might listen to it one more time.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then... that seals it! Makoto did it!
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no
Oh!
question.
Hang on. Oh yeah, it's that. Yeah.
You took that knife of yours.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
I got it.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that, that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me...
Well, getting stabbed is what
Bro.
killed her, right?
Also,
No, it's wrong.
wait, hang on, but she could have done it. Hang on. He does do a lot of that. He is
The
usually just
stab
wrong
wound
though.
isn't what
No,
killed Mukuro. That
but
should be
like, if it
clear
could have been
from
the first person there,
description of the
Toko could have done
cover-up
it
we just
because she
heard.
went up there before anyone else had found the body. Hang.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body,
Hero's already been a suspect twice
the
in
knife
murders
had
as
been
well.
thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
I want to say that because that thing has the head trauma info in it.
I got it!
Yay!
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh, that's what it was. Oh, well,
Yeah,
got it right for the wrong reason.
Totally forgot
Neat.
about that.
Then the knife...
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her. Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
That's what bodies do.
If you
That's why we have to bury them.
put that lump
Otherwise,
of gray
it
matter
goes,
between
it
your
goes
ears
wrong.
to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused
Yeah, Hero, shut up.
spontaneous combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Oh, no!
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
It's the...
I got it!
It's the bomb
After
that
the explosion,
went missing, yeah.
we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right? That fragment
On the
reveals the
earth.
cause of the explosion.
Huh?
Only the top half, though. The bottom half didn't blow up.
I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
He has an alibi,
part of a
sadly.
bomb.
If it was him, that'd be great, because he's annoying.
Oh!
He is, though. He's been in...
explosion was 'cause of
We've
the
had 4 other
Monokuma
class
bomb.
trials. He is always this stupid.
Anyway,
Red can
Hawk's motive
attest
is
to that.
becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect, you, Kyoko.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
The
Fine. I
explosion.
have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Alright, see you later, Red. I'm putting this on YouTube if you want to see how it ends, so you know.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal
Not today, though,
injury
but it'll
has
definitely be
yet
in the
to
next week.
determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Traitor!
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right?
Oh no, have I got this the wrong way around?
There's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right, it's either this way round or the other way round.
Monokuma
So,
file.
we'll see what that...
That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit
Other
on
way
the back
around,
of her
right.
head.
And that always fucking confuses me.
Shoot!
Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal...
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't because then there's
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body. Then, shall we continue
the debate?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Yeah,
No,
okay.
that's wrong. girl died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Because it's the back. Yeah.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal.
I like that. About as thick as a metal pipe is
I
the
bet it
same
was
thing
the
as saying
pickaxe.
it was as long as a piece of string. It's
How
like,
is that
oh
even
my god,
possible?
you got it.
If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
Oh yeah, let's do it. We'll do an experiment that'll help with the trial.
I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
All pipes
So
are
what was
exactly.
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
No.
Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Wait, I don't know what the real murder weapon was. What the fuck? Yeah, well, I mean, I think that's just genuine. That's just genuinely just being thick as well. To be fair, this isn't anime. This is I don't understand. This is anime-styled Japanese bullshit. I love it, but you can't. Oh,
I got it!
I don't know how that's
Mukuro was
true,
hit
but it's
in the
anything
back of
I've
the head
got
with
that makes.
And
That's
that's
the
what
thing.
killed her.
I mean, it's one of them
Something was
innocuous things
the
because it just literally
titanium
means like a
arrow
thin
we
metal
found in the
object,
locker
but
in the
it's like
dojo.
a metal pipe. That's it.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed.
I don't know how.
There's no doubt about it.
Wait, is this thing seriously going to tell me they taped them together? That's why there's blood. They would. No.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master?
If you taped a bunch of arrows
right.
together,
I'm not back-talking anything.
not seen Tropic
I'm just
Thunder.
saying
It's
what
one of
I
the many
think.
films I've not seen. I've been told I should watch it by many people, and I go like, huh, interesting. Your mum make me happy. No, no. Is that a quote? I don't know. Is that really like? It's like if you taped a bunch of, it's self-aware cringe. Okay.
The
If
titanium
you taped a
arrow.
bunch of arrows together, like they'd be stronger than one
It was
arrow.
in the
But
dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
I think it's the fact that we can tape
You
it
don't sound
together.
convinced. What's the problem?
Well, 'cause in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Talking back to Master. You have no right!
Unself-aware, but I thought you didn't like Snyder Cut. That whole film is 4 hours of cringy shit.
The titanium arrow.
I like
in the
how
dojo
everyone's
locker,
perspective
right?
was, it's probably going to be
I
shit,
have
but
no
it'll probably be
doubt
slightly
that was
better
the
than the
murder
Whedon cut. And I've come to the conclusion, like, nope, the Joss Whedon cut's
You
better.
don't sound convinced.
If nothing else, because
What's
it's
the problem?
shorter, but there is a lot more story shit that does
'Cause
just
in
make
the
slightly more
Monokuma
sense.
file,
It's still nonsensical
it said
as
the
fuck,
weapon must
but
have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
there we go.
No, that's wrong.
But like, at least there's something in Joss Whedon's. Like there are scenes that connect shit, even
You're
if
right.
it is retarded. But
Just the
in
one
Zack
arrow
Snyder,
would've
it's like,
been
no,
too
it's longer,
weak.
so it makes more sense.
That's why the
It's like,
killer
you didn't
used
tell me
another
anything,
weapon.
you just made the scene 3 times as long
Another
and played
weapon?
bad music.
Inside
Oh,
the
still not
dojo
finished
locker,
that film though,
we
to be
also
fair, but I've
found
got
a balled-up wad
I've
of
got to
duct
just before the
tape.
final fight thing, so
The killer
I'll finish
probably
it
used
some
this
point.
duct tape to bind
I'm doing it
multiple
one chapter
arrows
at a
together.
time.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly
Can't finish
what
it.
the
I'm like
killer
3
did.
hours in, and I'm like, I can't finish it.
Similar to Aesop's fable about
I know.
the
That's what I mean. That's the
sticks.
thing I got. I'm watching it like an hour at a time,
One
and I'm
stick
just
is
like,
weak,
why the fuck
but
do
put them
people like
together,
this?
And they become strong.
I mean, they
It's meant
can
to
like
teach
it. I'm not saying they
cooperation.
can't or they shouldn't. It's just I'm confused
That's harsh.
because it's not only is it like it's just boring.
If you even listen.
It's not even like Aquaman, because I like
Anyway,
Aquaman, but it's
that
awful. But it's
explains
like
the
it's not even
murder
like you can
weapon.
say there's fun, stupid shit.
As
It's
for who
just
the culprit
boring.
is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Well, I didn't make it
no.
2 hours in
You
one. I
absolutely
watched
have.
half an hour,
How
then
can
I
you
watched
say
another
that with
half an
such
hour, then I watched an hour, and I was like, I don't want.
Because we have
I've still got
proof,
the
of
last
course.
hour to go.
Don't we, Makoto? What's the matter? Surely
I
you don't
understand.
intend to protect a murderer.
I like you hear like
You know what will happen if you do,
what's it
don't
called?
you?
Is it Warner Brothers that made? I
If
don't
you
fucking
cover
know.
for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to. The death
What,
of
in
us
Snyder
all,
Cut?
Remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the
That's
dojo.
Kinda just mediocre, I thought. Honestly, I think the extra scenes that Joss filmed, I think he's a better director because the acting was, in his extra scenes, the acting seemed a lot more, what's the word? Like, fluid, except for Gal Gadot because she can't act.
I got it!
But yeah, I found it really like
one thing
mediocre
that
at best.
proves
But I found
Kyoko was in the
that was the same
dojo
in
is-
Man of Steel and BVS. Like,
Right here.
there's not really
Key to the
awful
dojo
acting.
locker.
I mean, like,
And how does that prove anything?
Lex is cringy as shit, but it's not his acting that makes it
Because
worse. It's his direction.
I found it in your room.
It was.
I mean, his
in my
acting's
room?
bad, but it's
Don't bother
but it
trying
seems
to
the
play
character
dumb.
that they were that Snyder wanted, not
That
because
key is
you know.
just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just
Yeah, I think that does make it
Hold on
that
a second.
Snyder's worse because Snyder got to film a
Not
couple of
this
extra
again.
scenes, didn't he?
You really are
And the
dead
acting doesn't
set
get
on
better in
defending
them
her, aren't you?
scenes.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just... There's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko,
What, as far as the bad
I want you
acting,
to tell me
or
something.
as far as the good acting? Because
last night,
I wouldn't blame you
you
either
were
way.
in
I
my
thought
room, weren't you? Why?
I thought they were better than
What
the
were you
rest,
doing
but
there?
they weren't good.
That's what I need to know.
I was just
I thought
protecting you.
What?
Affleck's was all right, and Momo actually, but I don't really have anything else to say about it because most of their scenes were just talking when they were talking. They wasn't like they didn't have to deliver any dramatic lines, as far as I could remember. Just like Alfred, I found another one. It's like, okay. I don't know. It just seemed mediocre to me, but I wouldn't be surprised if
That's
somebody
enough.
said it
The
showed
time
it.
for
To be
idle
fair,
chatter is over.
I was
The
probably
verdict
just
is
that kind
close
of
at hand.
out of it, like bored. I
Wait.
just probably didn't notice any
I'm
bad
warning
dialogue.
you.
I was like,
Don't
bad
make this
acting. I'm like, this
mistake.
dialogue's trash.
I'm
I don't
not
care what
the
they're
killer.
saying.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Oh
Really?
yeah, murder.
But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Thank God the
Can
subtitles.
you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
Oh right, she's gonna say that she couldn't get into her room because she didn't have her key. But we know she did have a key because she has a key that unlocks every fucking room in the thing. Where's Byakuya's account? I need to read it again. Oh, it's not that then. Okay, let's
Words
listen
you
to what
just
Damien
spoke.
said.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the
Yeah, he did
culprit.
look a bit, like, destroyed, didn't he?
Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
Oh,
correct?
wait.
But could I really have done that?
Yes, it must be that, because...
Those words you just
Oops, wrong one.
Exactly what I said. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my
Well, we're
crime and then
corroborating
left
here,
the
though.
locker key
I'm gonna
in my
give it a
own
go.
room. But
No!
could I really have done
Fuck!
that?
I wasn't paying attention. God damn it.
Those words you just spoke.
Exactly. I'm not, but you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never.
there's proof that you. Is that what you're.
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really
Wait,
have done that?
I can't remember him saying that. I don't lie.
Those words you just spoke.
What do you.
Oh, you mean
Exactly
Byakuya?
what I'm not,
I don't
but
know.
you should understand.
Byakuya,
Master would never hide something.
There's proof that
You aren't the culprit.
Okay, is
no,
that?
that's wrong.
To be fair, there's probably something in that, isn't there? Because they're probably
If I'm
contractually...
right,
No,
Kyoko
but no,
wouldn't have
once
been
the
able
film's
to
like
get into
finished
her
production,
room
though, aren't they out of the contract? So they have to get paid
Why
again.
not?
because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I
I'm
see.
assuming that actors
So
and that
that's
must have
what
got
you meant.
repaid to redo scenes.
And if
It wouldn't have
I
been
had
like
the key to your
a new
room-
film pay, though.
Then obviously
They'd have been
I
like, look,
had
it's
no
only for like
way
half
of
a
getting
scene.
in.
Come on, you've already filmed the fucking thing.
Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key
Actually,
in
I
there
wonder how
myself.
long the limitation on them are, because it technically
Am I
is the
wrong?
same film, though, isn't it? It's just a different cut.
Would appear not.
Then you're finally
That'd be
starting to
interesting.
understand.
Yeah, she has a key. Yeah, but it's just now that you've mentioned it, I've just thought, oh, I wonder how long the contracts last for, because you're not filming scenes for a new film. This is just a new cut of the same film. Because it's still Justice League. The title of the film is still Justice League. We just call it Snyder Cut because it distinguishes it. So I'm actually curious, did they need to be paid them? I wonder. I guess it depends on how long the contracts run for. That's what I mean, yeah. But like, I wonder, like, I'm assuming they have like a time limit. But if the limit says like you're contractually obligated to do Justice League, and then it says like they put like a standard 3 years or 5 years on there as like a standard protocol. I wonder. We don't know. That would be interesting to find out. We can't, but it'd be cool to know. We're in story territory here. Yeah, I'm like...
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then? I didn't have the key to my room, because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
I've never done this. Wait, I don't think I meant to do this.
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Then, when we searched Kyoko's room, how else could the key have gotten there?
Someone other than me must have put it there. That's the only explanation. I didn't have the key to my room, because I'd given...
Oh. Oh, no, I know. I pressed that kind of like because I knew she's lying, but I actually think that we were meant to be on her side. Because I think that's part of the story. I know that there are bad endings in this game, but like, they're like the, you know, the would you like to try again ones? But, I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't know what... I don't know what to lie. I don't know what to do.
It to Byakuya.
I'd given it to Byakuya.
There's no doubt about that, right?
Oh, is it Kyoko? Wait, hang on. Yeah, it's Kyoko's account.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
There we go.
No,
I think we're gonna get a bad ending. Because I know this isn't what you're meant to do.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Yeah, the Snyder Cut is just like
Then
a bit worse
you
in every
say
way, because like Justice League is still
you
shit,
really
the original
didn't-
one.
Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
But
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is
this
up.
isn't.
All
No,
done,
how dare you? This isn't
finished.
quality.
The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous!
This is a
When there any-
ragtag
It's because
dream,
you
and I
were
won't
late,
have anyone
so the
say anything
trial
else.
started late and time ran out.
I have no
So
standards.
then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you! But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Oh, wait, is this... Oh, I assumed this was going to be like a game over ending, but apparently not. Oh, okay. I was certain I was meant to... Wait, so what happens if... Whatever. Exactly. That's what we want on this stream. I finished being my evil on a different game, so might as well do it in this one.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Well, here's that public execution you were curious about. I don't remember this. Wait, did he call? He usually says the name of the. Oh yeah, okay. After school lesson. Okay. Death by boredom. I think if this is happening to me, the one thing I wouldn't be is bored. Oh, that was the bad ending then. Okay. What the fuck? This is just bizarre.
No! This isn't right!
Makoto, why are you staring off into space?
Oh,
Don't you
so
have
yeah, that was a
rebuttal for
bad ending.
Kyoko's claim?
We've just imagined that. What the fuck? Oh, we know it. Yeah. Just do it again. Alright. Let's see what the game wants us to do after I try to just fucking get her. Everyone was sentenced to join Mormon. Well, with the fact that there were 3 kids with one...
Well,
yeah, I mean, it
does
kind of
no
was
one have
that,
a
wasn't it?
rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I want the other ending where everyone, like,
Byakuya had a
they
room
died
key,
in prison.
right?
That was much better.
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
But then why would we
It had to be Makoto.
be arguing
I
for
don't
her
see
then?
any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay,
Oh.
time's up!
So we're going to be found guilty.
Time's up!
And I'm
Class
assuming that's part of the
trial's
story
all
this
over.
time.
Everyone can stop
For the love of
talking now.
God.
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
Yeah, this is a little story then. I swear to God, if it makes me pick and run away.
The start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
Yeah, it was like it was a dream sequence. Because I'm assuming that's the bad ending. But you don't want that. You want the good ending, where you're found guilty and die instead. Like, hang on, that doesn't sound right.
As the blackened. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
What? So we've got two different endings to the class trial, okay. Neato. I don't like this one when we die, though. Gotta say, I'm not a fan.
Sorry.
Yes, indeed. Yep.
Well, I mean, at least it makes it now that Monokuma's lying because we got two different endings, so that can't happen if he's being honest. Who'd have thought that the bear making children kill each other was being dishonest?
Shing! Thrills, chills, kills!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my
He's
fault.
like, I want the other ending.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
It has to be the same execution as well, though, because he just sets it up for the killer. Yeah. So I'm assuming... Well, this was meant to be for Kyoko, because that's what he wanted, wasn't it? This trap, so... I wonder what our execution would be. Yeah, I mean... I guess that's the potentially the limit... how not limited this game could be if you did a lot with it, in that if you could be a murderer and you could try to actually get away with a class trial, but to be fair, this game doesn't try to pretend it's anything other than like a visual novel. It's a it's a linear story. There's no deviance. Deviations is what I meant to say. You're a deviant. Sentence towards... Oh no, that would... You just like... If you had to watch that, I think on the third try, I'd be like, I'm going under that crusher, I'm sorry. Oh, you can tell this is story things because bullshit's happening. It does make sense, but explaining it would take too long. At least we're not dead. We're just gonna fall to our death instead. We didn't die. Honest. Okay. It's okay. We fell in a plastic bag at the bottom.
What?
Wait, but wait, why didn't Alter Ego do it for Kyoko? That'd be a good place to have a deviation in the story. To have the same ending, but a slight different chapter 6, because he could have done that for her as well. Okay. That is... I don't like that. Because it would only take small rewrites to change it, from what I remember. This kind of makes sense, but you'd have to... Because we're on chapter 5, one of the students made an AI program.
In other words...
And it makes sense in anime logic, because of their talents. And basically they were analysing some data that we found, but in the end we ran out of stuff, and the AI was like, I want to help, so we plugged them into the internet, and obviously they've uploaded the virus to fuck with Monokuma to save our life. But why? I don't understand why the AI didn't do it for Kyoko. that was literally the game just saying, that was the bad ending, do it properly this time, you fuck. Like, oh, okay. Yeah. The AI was like, oh, I don't want to waste my save on a woman.
In other words...
Not nice.
What did you say?
So...
Every time I look out my window, there's more snow. I'm getting concerned. I've got to drive tomorrow. Wait, what? This is the start of the game. What the fuck? I don't know what's happening. I mean, if we're having like a dream sequence, why the fuck are we having a dream sequence about the start of the game? Oh, okay. We're back to normal, but why did that happen? Oh, no. Oh, that's nice. Wait a sec, I'm gonna look out my window. The fuck's that noise? Sorry about that. I was really fucking confused why there was like a massive van outside my house. It was like a moving van. I was like, what the fuck? They're delivering something, but not to me. I was very confused. Okay, so we're in Detroit. Left. What? Left after a Spider-Man 2 video and came back last night. Wait, really? Did he? I don't know. I mean, I don't really pay attention to other people on the Facebook group. I'm interacting with the Facebook group less and less, to be fair, because I just prefer the Discord. There's some great people on the Facebook, but there's also some not. We have slightly different morals. You're an evil person. Thanks, man. It's great to have these conversations. I doubt it's because he missed us. The non sequitur people. Oh no. I mean, I've said some daft stuff on oh no. Well, we'll see. I mean, I've said some daft stuff on there that's been wrong, but to be fair, whenever I've been proven wrong, I usually am like, oh yeah, no, that's wrong. I don't mind being wrong. I hate being called evil because I have a different moral stance to someone else, though. Like, that actually makes me like, alright, do you have an argument, or are you just going to say I'm wrong over and over again, rather than saying why? And I'm like, I don't... And that's more than one person. Oh no, I know you're not actually policing people, like, you're like, microscope in hand, like, he said a fallacy, get him out of here! To be fair, that when I usually say something, even if it turns out wrong, though, I've usually got a reason for saying it. But I've noticed there's been more and more people like, I don't like what these people are saying. I think they go too far. Does anyone else agree? And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's like, what's your point? It's like, I just don't like it. You're like, right, okay. There's no argument. There's nothing I can say other than I disagree or I agree. And it's fine if you're just saying, oh, I really liked X. Because there's nothing wrong with that, and someone else might like to say something about it. But you're like, this is great because we loved it. It's like, I thought that was the point of us. They're different. Yeah. There's a few of them. What? It's for the extra retardisms. Wait a minute, that's me! Oh no! I really like this game. How is this? How is that? Oh God, why have you forsaken me? Wait, he was in our Discord? I didn't actually know he was in the Discord. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's got a YouTube channel with his Spider-Man video on it. He'll be grand. I've still not watched the Spider-Man 2 video, but it's purely because I've not watched Spider-Man 2 for years, so I wouldn't even know if he's right or not. I'm just like, if I watch Spider-Man 2 again, I'll definitely give his video a chance. When we had that conversation with him, when he came to say hey before we watched Mortal Kombat, I mean, I enjoyed chatting with him then.
Just a second.
He seemed pretty decent. But that's like the only time I've interacted with him, so... And that was for what, like an hour?
It smells awful.
Hey there.
Indeed.
Did you bungee jump with garbage bags? If so, I approve. What time is it? I've got another 10 minutes before I've got to go. We'll see how far we can get. Oh, actually, no, we're still on chapter 5. I'll finish chapter 5 then. I think chapter 6 is the shortest. I think it's just investigation and trial, not daily life.
Hey.
I mean, to be fair though, like him, like leaving the Discord, but like he wasn't really interacting on there, was it? So you're on B duty. Okay. Chapter 5. We're nearly finished. Only one more to go. And then there's only 2 more games. God. I was gonna say God damn it, but I'm actually really excited to play them again. I fucking love these games.
Hmm?
Oh my god, there's more. There's even more snow. It's like a blizzard outside. What the fuck?
So...
I'll take dogs out after this.
Indeed. However... It's true.
I mean...
In other words...
At least she's honest. She's not like saying, I knew you wouldn't die. She's like, expected us to die. And she's like, wait, he's not dead? I better fucking save him because I feel like a piece of shit for getting him killed. It's like, well, you can't say fairer than that, I guess.
Indeed. Makoto. That's right. It would seem... Hey.
Hang on. I'm sorry. I have to pause. I have to look at this. This is... What the fuck? You might hear it through my phone. I'm sorry. The fuck? There's a guy in Asda, the supermarket, with a fucking megaphone telling people to take off their masks. What a fucking idiot. It's just him like, when love and care, take off your masks. What the fuck? Oh, that's special needs right there. I mean, to be fair to him, he's very calm. He's not. He's just being an idiot. You know, like I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't be like, you know, we need to arrest this man. It's just like, why are you so stupid? The government's lying to us. They're crippling our economy because they want to something. I fucking adore conspiracy theories. They never make sense, and people just go, but you can't say I'm wrong. It's like, we can though. We have proof, and they're like, proof? We don't need proof. It just makes me laugh. Oh, I fucking love it. My cousin's a conspiracy theorist. I once had the conspiracy theory, is my favourite. Somebody told me that aliens have to exist because otherwise how could we have invented the microwave? That's been my favourite conspiracy theory I have ever heard. And you know what? I can't deny it. How the fuck did we get the microwave without aliens?
Indeed.
It's got worse again.
However,
wait, did she? Oh, so she's not got memory back. I thought she was saying she did have memory back. Oh wait, have I missed her telling us what memory she got back? Oh fuck. Oh, I think I might have
Why
missed a big
that?
part of the story.
correct. However,
Your special needs meant that you couldn't be the mastermind, Makoto.
I understand. I should
Oh.
understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here.
Yeah, it's like fucking hornets, isn't it? Wait, you got a swarm of Marvel villains? What happens? No, we don't have yellow jackets, but we do have yeah. By the way, I don't know if because you weren't here, but I was just as a complete non sequitur. I was just laughing because there was a guy in a supermarket was going around with a megaphone, just being like, "I bring peace, love, and happiness. Take off your masks." And it's just like, what are you doing? Like, why do you care? It just made me laugh. Yeah, man. Wasps and hornets. I fucking hate hornets. Fucking like, it's fucking scary. Actually, me and my mate years ago, we found a dead hornet and we were like, let's try and cremate it, like kind of shits and giggles. Like, you know, like we'll try to be respectful, but you know, but it wouldn't burn. We were like, my god, what the fuck? These things, the soul may be gone, but the body is immortal. So we just couldn't get rid of this fucking hornet body, and we were like, these things, man, they could be the end of us.
It's to stay here.
But yeah, I love conspiracy theories. I said a second ago, but I don't know if you've heard this before, but my favourite I heard was aliens definitely exist because otherwise how could we have invented the microwave? That's my favourite conspiracy theory I've heard. I love it. With a passion. And I can't prove it wrong. Because I don't want to. Because it makes me laugh. The microwave is the height of technology. And take off each other's mouth holes. It's just really it was just dumb. Like, the guy wasn't being like offensive. I think I don't think he should be arrested or anything. I think what happened should have been it. Just got escorted out of the shop and told to fuck off is the right response. But it's just like, what are you doing? I also love the idea that it's a conspiracy theory. The government, they're trying to control us, and you're like, yes, the government's like trying to tank its own economy. Genius. Oh, the fact that aliens exist, because otherwise how could we have invented the microwave?
Correct.
Oh, you're the ultimate detective. Okay, that makes sense. No wonder you're so good at your job that you don't have. Oh, I know, absolutely, but
in other words,
they usually want to build up an economy because they want more money. Like, this is one of them ones, isn't it, where COVID isn't a conspiracy theory. COVID has just been dealt with in the worst way possible by almost every government in the world, so it's just like 10 times worse than it kind of should have been. That's a bit different than COVID itself being a conspiracy. Huh? It's just the government's retarded in everywhere. Like, I'm sorry, but your government and my government, wherever you are in the world, didn't deal with this well.
So,
Maybe COVID was spread through the microwaves. I'm gonna have a glass of Pepsi, I think.
However,
I found his corpse. He was strung up to 4 corners of the walls.
so
Lily, stay.
it's true.
Sink dog. Go find him. Sit here.
Indeed. Correct. However,
Sorry, Kyoko, I've not listened to a word you fucking said.
So...
Oh, thank God. We're gonna go there ourselves, thank Christ. She was like saying like all like the reasons it can't be her father and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah. Wait, what are that? How? Why? Whatever.
However...
I don't know. See, I miss. Sorry if we've. Oh no, we have done this.
So...
Right. Okay. I was like, I definitely did.
However... However... Anyway... Indeed. Correct. That's right. In other words...
Yeah, but they can change the rules whenever they want. I did. I got the bad ending, and I was like, oh wait, I think I fucked it up. And then it was like, it was a dream. Do the real thing. I was like, oh okay. And then then they were like, so you're guilty. I was like, wait a minute, I don't like this ending as much.
Hey.
Yeah, I assumed that they originally wanted to kill us and frame her for the murder. I assume that's why there was a knife maniac person in our room. No, you say that, but I still probably would have picked that one anyway, because the whole point of the game is to find contradictions in people's lives, but... I mean, obviously... Yeah, I mean, it was so obvious. Going and ranting about Snyder Cut. I mean, we did go on a bit of a tangent, didn't we? And I didn't stop playing the game either.
Anyway...
He's like, you can just pause the game. I'm just like, no, I'm going to carry on solving a mystery without paying attention. That'll definitely go well. And to be fair, it did. We just had to like redo the final bit of the class trial to get the right ending. Even though this isn't the ending.
Correct.
Yeah, what the fuck happened to Toko? There's like he's holding like a fucking, like her like
However,
memorial photo. It's like, wait, what the fuck happened to her? I'm just so confused. As Dan pointed out as well, you know, it was they ended up becoming Mormons. Like, the one true religion. She died of old age in her 20s.
indeed.
So yeah, we found out that Kyoko's the ultimate detective, and that's kind of about it. But technically we're still on chapter 5, so we're still
Correct.
going. I am going to stop when we hit chapter 6 though, just because we've been going for like 2 hours. But chapter 6 is the last one, so we're nearly at the end. And then there's only 2 more games. Yay!
Makoto.
Technically there's 3 actually, but we're not doing one of them. One of them's not real. Doesn't exist. I know it's good, apparently. I know it's apparently good, but I don't care about the game. It's not the same gameplay at all. It's like an action shooter game. It's like, what the fuck?
Indeed. That's right.
The Snyder Cut. The tragedy. Who's responsible? No, it's called Ultra Despair Girls. Because the 2 main characters are
Indeed.
are female. But it's set in the same world. But like the gameplay is there's like puzzle solving as well, but like for the most of it it's just like a third person shooter, and people say that it's good, but I honestly just don't give a fuck about the fact, because it's the gameplay in this story I love. Like I like the class trials and the murder mysteries and things. Oh, that's in chapter 5? Oh no. If you knew where the story started. I mean, where did this story start? I don't. Oh. I wouldn't really know where. The story's got a really good beginning in the mystery things, but you don't find out what the fuck's happening until now. We're on the final chapter. We're getting there. But I guess we're at 2 hours. I'll do that next time. Because otherwise we'll get dragged into chapter 6. It's okay, Dan. There's like a second game that you can be confused at later. It's okay. It's a direct sequel, but you don't need to have played the first one for any of them, actually, I don't think. It doesn't matter. I find this game like a really cool story, but yeah, it's fucking insane, and like you have to basically accept that like physics in this world doesn't work the same. It's like internally consistent, but it's definitely anime. If you know what, if you understand what I mean. Oh no, absolutely. If you actually join me for any of the class trials from game 2 onwards, I would be lost as fuck, because the class trial, like in this game, the trials last between like an hour and a half. In Danganronpa 2 and 3, the class trials are like 3 to 4 hours. So if I get lost in a trial, I'm gonna be absolutely like have no idea what the fuck's happening. But you know, we've got one more trial in this game, and then we've got the ones in. Oh, thank fuck, it stopped snowing. And then we've got 2 and 3. So yay, there's at least 13 more class trials. Anyway, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll be playing this game definitely later, but it won't be tomorrow because I'm at work. Maybe Thursday. I think Thursday and Sunday are the only days I'm free. We'll see. We'll see if I watch a film on that. Anyway, yeah, see you later, guys.